Human cognition instantly synthesizes complex reality. When we see a sudden spark, our brain immediately registers a fire, making it difficult to separate raw sensory data from the information our minds automatically assume. The objective of our analysis is to determine the exact mechanical boundary between direct perception and indirect inference. Verses 248 through 254 of the Mimamsa Slokavartika provide a forensic framework for solving this exact problem. It starts with the baseline Indian philosophical definition of pratyaksha, or direct perception. For a piece of knowledge to be perceptual, it must be strictly born from direct physical contact between a sense organ and an object. The Sanskrit term for this critical mechanical contact is indriya sanikarsha. Look at this schematic. When we observe a complex object, such as a fire, we face a cognitive illusion. We simultaneously register its visual form, its category, and its temperature, sorting them into aparaksha, direct perception, and paraksha, inference. But as the object splinters into distinct data points, a central tension emerges. How do we strictly isolate which of these properties are actually perceived by the senses and which are merely deduced by the mind? The sheer complexity of a thought does not validate its epistemic truth. Only the specific modality of sensory contact dictates what is genuinely perceived. To test this boundary, verses 248 and 249 introduce the Purvabhaksha, an opponent's logical objection regarding determinate knowledge, or Savikalpaka jnana. This argument map illustrates the opponent's first case, visually observing a cow. Recognizing its essence, cowness, is accepted by both sides as valid direct perception. The opponent then presents a second case, visually observing a distant fire, resulting in the thought, "This is hot." The opponent makes a logical leap. Since the eye contacts the fire through light, realizing its heat should be direct perception. The structural symmetry is intellectually persuasive. In both scenarios, an eye contacts an object, generating specific knowledge. The opponent concludes that because both scenarios involve sense contact and both yield specific knowledge, both must be pratyaksha. If we accept this plausible assumption that valid sense contact guarantees all subsequent knowledge, the boundary between seeing and inferring collapses entirely. Verses 250 and 251 pivot to the author's rebuttal. The text states that the apparent symmetry between seeing a cow and seeing a hot fire is a cognitive illusion. Notice the uninterrupted flow from object to final knowledge for Gatva. Visual contact is its absolute sole cause. Shifting to the fire, the visual pathway breaks. Visual recognition acts merely as a trigger, calling upon memory and inference to supply the concept of heat. The eye, as a biological mechanism, cannot grasp heat. The text provides a strict physical requirement for actually perceiving heat. Only if the skin physically touches the fire does the knowledge of heat become direct perception. We must rigorously separate what the sense organ mechanically touches from what the mind automatically fills in via secondary deduction. This distinction yields a central philosophical axiom extracted from verses 252 and 253. This matrix maps sensory capacity against object properties to establish the modality rule. Perception requires a sense organ naturally designed for that exact property. Visual organs are calibrated for form, tactile organs for temperature. Cross-sensory deduction is structurally impossible. Any mismatch between an organ's physical capacity and the property being asserted automatically strips the knowledge of its aparoksha, or direct, status. Direct perception relies entirely on strict, modality-specific sensory contact. Without this physical link, the knowledge remains merely an educated guess. Verse 254 brings the argument together by focusing on the end result of human cognition. The final, unified thought in the mind, such as, "that is a hot fire," looks and feels identical regardless of how the data was gathered. If we return to our initial schematic, we see that both direct perception and rapid inference combine to produce complex, determinate knowledge that feels perfectly complete to the observer. But feeling convinced by a thought does not grant it epistemic validity. The ultimate Mimamsa method for validating knowledge requires forensically tracing mental data backward to its exact origin point, yatraksha sambandha palanasara. If direct, modality-appropriate Indriya Sanikarsha is absent at the origin of a data point, that piece of knowledge remains strictly indirect, paroksha. The Sloka Vartika establishes a mechanical framework for validating knowledge. It requires us to trace every claim back to its physical origin, proving our right to claim we know what we know.